Hello, I would like to tell you about the Grail Meditation. The 1st of January 2016, I decided to make an organization called the World Mother. Until now it's been in Facebook, and you can become a member if you want to. Just have to send an application. The reason for making this organization was that I felt the urge to do something for the world and all the many things happening there that causes us to feel fear and anxiety about our future and about how the world will be for our children. So it's both for helping the world, but also for helping you and me to do something in order not to feel this fear. So for me it's very positive. In the World Mother gatherings that I've been making until now, I've been using the Grail Meditation, and you're welcome to use it on your own or to do gatherings too. So this is an instruction in how to do it. When you do this meditation, it's very important that you don't put your own wishes into it. Like, I wish this person to change to be like this or like that. The only thing we're allowed to is to send people up to the spirit, to angels, whatever you will call the higher energies, and to get unconditional love there. There's people, persons, living creatures, if you want to send animals up there, whatever, the sea, the earth, the wind, whatever can be sent up there and blessed and retuned, and to have the energy heightened and to be cleaned. So it's not up to you to do this. You are just the hands of the angels, and the service you do by being the hands of the angels, the mind of them that connect to earth. So the principle in the Grail meditation is, now I have the earth here that I put down in the Grail, but you can do actually, you can take anything that is here in the dual plane, where we are two dots, we are plus, minus, we are male, female, this is on the ground here. So what we have to do is to heighten our energy to come to the oneness level. And this will be, I will show in a moment. You do it through singing the note from heaven. So when we have done that, we make a triangle up to here and come to the neck of the glass, where the corridor up to the oneness level is. In the glass, in the Grail, is the spiritual world. This is the place where we come to when we leave this world, or where we come from when we come back to earth. So the corridor you've probably heard about before, that people experience to get up through a corridor. We call it the neck of the Grail. When you're up here, you take a bath. You can do it to yourself. You can send your relatives, or friends, whoever you find it will be good for to have a bath in unconditional love, forgiveness, healing, clarity. It can be groups you're sending up there, or it can be politicians, people in power. And I feel this group is very important because whoever is in power will always project our or love or fear, our feelings. And what projected is especially their shadows. And these shadows can be transformed to pure light up here. So whoever it is can be in touch with the angels and have heightened the energy to do good for the whole. Because deeply in each human being's heart there is a seed which wants to flower, and it can only flower by the light. And when they connect with the light, they get hungry for doing good. And they're getting retuned to serve spirit and thereby the life on earth and all humanity. So anybody that is driven by their shadows can be heightened by being forgiven and by having all their traumas transformed to light. So that's what we're doing. We help people up. And please help also your enemy up, because, all what we hate is usually, or have bad feelings about, is usually because they project our own shadows. So, I'll explain how you do this meditation. I recommend you to have some kind of glass like this with a neck to show people how it's functioning, because in that way you can remember and don't have to use power for imagining it all the time. You can keep all this in the symbol of the Grail. Number one is to have grounding, and you do that by breathing. You do the breathing in the stomach like we do when we sing the note from heaven. There are other films where I demonstrate how to do this. I'll just tell you shortly. The lungs have to be totally filled out in a way that the inner organs will make a stomach go out. And if you have tight pants, please open them now. And we make a big stomach while inhaling. And when you exhale, you press your muscles inwardly. And that you need to do this conscious. Because if you have been doing the opposite breathing for years, you will just do like opposite, make the breath out. No, it's the stomach that needs to get out when you inhale, and exhaling, press it from the bottom of yourself. Because now, when we sing the note from heaven, this is the next step in the Grail meditation. We will do it from the bottom of ourselves in order to raise our energy. Because when we sing from the bottom of ourselves, we sing the truth. We sing not something pretending, trying to sound nice, and we sing exactly what there is in the stomach. And we raise our energy by doing this. You can use an A if you have a group. This is a deep A on the piano, or you can just sing a deep note. It shouldn't be a high-pitched note because it will cause tension here if you sing a long time. But here we sing 5 to 10 minutes, all what is needed to raise the energy. And when we feel it's raising, you will even feel the temperature going up. We come from the duality here to 1, which is up here. We move from this world to the spiritual world to unite with the oneness level. And when energy is raising, we are ready for the journey, and we then send the persons or the groups or the politicians or the nature or the trees, whatever we want to heal, we send them up. When you send them up, each person, by the way, decide themselves what they want to send up. It's not that somebody will decide we send this and this up. You have to wholeheartedly want to send the person up. So it's individual who you send up. But you send, for example, now I send myself up, then it's family, then it's politicians, then it's groups, then it's the earth, for example. That you can do in a group. So when you send them up, if you see that there is resistance from some persons, there might be that there's somebody else that has to come up, but it could also be that you have to make them smaller, because in a younger state they will understand what you're doing. They might have so much guilt and so many burdens that they're too heavy to get up. So you just make them babies, or you can make them to tadpoles, then there's no problem. Then they run up to the Grail, and up here they will be met with all their beloved ones. It can be dead ones, but it can also be people alive today that's up here. We all have a golden matrix of energy, a copy of the complete one of us up here. So they can be met with people they love and with all kind of other spirits, thousands of spirits, and will be enveloped by golden light, unconditional love. And if they see and if they regret certain things they did and admit that these and these things is my guilt, they can easily do that up here because they are so you get really touched by this light. Then they can easily forgive them up here. And when they forgive, when people are forgiven, the energy, the shadows are transformed to light. And let's say there could be politicians that the history shows that there have been politicians that were driven by their own shadows, and actually masses of people have suffered from leaders' projections of their own personal problems. So it would be so fantastic if the leaders could be purified and let the seed from within flower in the name of humanity. So when they have been up here, then you put them down again, and the one that is leading the meditation is telling, now we have half a minute left, or 1 minute left, and then you maybe have a bell and tell everybody, slowly, now you bring them back. In meditation this is happening, silent. Bring them back down through the neck of the glass, through the corridor, and they can come back as themselves because they're heavy and can easily fall down. And they come down to stand on the ground in the end. And you finish this meditation by saying thank you. Feel gratitude in your heart for the help of the Spirit. You will experience that it's really happening when you're doing it, and you will feel the energy too. Thank you.